I'm literally hanging on by a can of refried beans and a canister of peanut butter. So that's the stand that it's put on. Yeah, I'm a little tipsy. By a little, I mean probably a lot. It's been a rough Christmas. December 25th, 2017. Um, so I went to go play my game when I got home, and that didn't work out. Whatever. Anywho, I really don't want to talk about it, but I do. And I want to write it down, but I can't. So, I don't know. I might be unreasonably upset. I wonder if that will. Yeah, that works. So I went to my dad's girlfriend's place for Christmas tonight. They've been dating for like 12 years. And it was fine. Everything was fine. And I'm not used to wearing glasses anymore. I used to wear them all the time. These ones are broken as fuck. Like, look at that shit. Broken. That one doesn't move. Anywho, so went over to my dad's girlfriend's place. I made a taco dish. It was great, which hence the refried beans that my phone is currently sitting on. And it was fine. I went over there around like 4:35, and it was fine until I felt interrogated. I made the mistake. I don't want to, whatever. It blurted out during a conversation with my dad's girlfriend's sister, Carolyn. Sorry, there's a lot of names. There's a lot of relationships where you would have to meet them to understand. There was 20 people there, and all of them are connected. So anyway, so her sister Carolyn from New Jersey, yeah, still lives there but has a house in Florida. I haven't seen her in 8 years, and I saw her for the first time in 8 years last night, and she didn't recognize me, which is understandable. It's been 8 years. Totally get it. It's fine. But then today at the dinner, I felt not necessarily interrogated, but uncomfortable with the situation. And I feel like it shouldn't be a big deal, but to me, it kind of felt like a big deal, which it may not should, I don't know. It may not be a big fucking deal. It's probably not a big deal, but under the circumstances, it hurt. I blurted out, life is hard or something like that, like, oh, adulting is hard. And Carolyn, my dad's girlfriend's sister, looked at me and goes, "You're only 26. What is so hard about that?" And I was just sitting there like, well, you're not wrong, but you're not right. Number one, you don't know my history. Sorry, my cat is over there. You don't know my past. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I've been through. I don't even know if she realizes that my mom passed away. And this is my first year without her on Christmas. So, there's that. Which is fine. Yeah, I'm a very closed person when it comes to my feelings and stuff like that. But to assume that someone should feel a certain way based on age, I don't think that's right. I solely, like, in my heart, I don't feel like that's right. Because I would never do that to someone else. Maybe that's the problem, is the fact that I wouldn't do that to someone else. I do, to a certain extent, judge age, but that's if someone's being immature or something. And I'm like, oh, you're 17, 18. That makes sense. Like, it totally makes sense. But she doesn't understand that I just moved back in with my dad. And it's because my mom passed away in April. I celebrated my 16th birthday, or 26th birthday, 11 days after that. Planned her funeral for 2 days after my birthday, and then went to her Canadian funeral a week later. And it's just, it's not only that, it's really not, you don't know someone based on face value. You don't know someone. She doesn't know my history. She doesn't know what I grew up with. She doesn't know what I grew up in. She doesn't know anything about my life. So me fighting for my entire life up until now, which I'm still fighting, she doesn't know about that, which is, that's mine. That's mine. I get it. She doesn't know. But you don't assume that someone has only been through X, Y, and Z. Very cutter. Wait, what are those things with the cookies? Not the cookie cutters, but whatever. Like unified individual for that age. You don't assume that this person cookie cutter. Wow, totally almost got that like 10 seconds ago. Anywho. It's not everyone is the same. You can't assume that someone at one age has been through the same as someone the same age. Like, everyone is different. Every individual is different. So that really, her saying that, really kind of fucking hurt. And needless to say, I didn't spend too much long at my dad's girlfriend's place. But it was that, like, and my dad's girlfriend kind of saved me in a certain aspect with saying I'm an individual and I'm independent and X, Y, and Z. But it's still, like, to have someone that you don't know and that doesn't know you assume that since you're this age or you're doing X, Y, and Z, then they assume X, Y, and Z more based on their own plan or some bullshit. I don't know, but it made me so fucking sad. There's that, and then there was my girlfriend, or my dad's girlfriend's cousin, who questioned a lot about my brother. And even after I said, oh, I don't talk to him anymore, oh, I haven't seen him, blah, blah, she continued to talk about it. And it was one after the other, dude. And it made me realize why I've gone to Vegas for the past 2 Christmases. Like, tonight really made me understand why. And I figured that this was gonna happen. I figured that I didn't figure, but I kind of knew that I would come out of this situation not being happy. Like, being here. And that's very unfortunate. And I wish it was different. But, I mean, I tried to make the best of it, but it got to the point where I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle someone criticizing everything that I've done without actually knowing. And, some people will argue, well, maybe if she knew, then it'd be different. Yes. But the point is that you don't treat people like that. You don't assume things about people like that. You're not harsh with people that way, not as abrupt, to make someone feel insecure for how they feel without knowing the situation, how they got to that feeling, and why. You don't assume, because people are amazing and everyone is so different. There's different triggers to each individual, and triggers not in a PTSD way, but more triggers as in what makes them passionate in a way is a trigger. It could be positive or negative. Like, I get triggered to paint, I get triggered into crying fits. I get triggered into, I used to cut myself really bad. I would get triggered into cutting myself. I would get triggered into fighting the world, punching a wall, fucking anything. Triggered into knitting a goddamn scarf. It's just, you don't, be more sensitive. The world should be a lot more sensitive, in my opinion. Tonight really opened my eyes as to why I stopped going to my dad's girlfriend's place for events and Christmas and stuff like that. Tonight really made it real, especially since it's the first Christmas without my mom. So it was just a very tough night. Needless to say, I skedaddled out of there very early, but it doesn't make it any easier to think that someone assumed so much of your life because of your age. She based it solely on my age. Because I'm 26, there's no way that I have seen hurt and I've seen pain and etc. And it's just, you don't do that, especially to someone. Again, you don't know off the bat that someone has been previously hurt multiple times. You don't know. No one knows. That's the whole fucking point, actually. You don't know. So you don't come at someone that harshly and that strong, even though you mean well. You come off like you don't mean well. And I know she means well because I've known her for a while. Well, last time I saw her was 8 years ago, but I know she means well. But you don't come off assuming that someone hasn't been through anything just based on their age, look, whatever it may be. Like, you can't judge it by that. And that really fucking hurts. My dad's been drinking a bit tonight, and I'm sure he won't. Well, I don't think he was there for that. And maybe I shouldn't be taking it as harsh as I am, but it really hurt to have someone that is part of the family or whatever we are just come in so strong and not realize how much it hurt. Maybe she will after the fact. I don't know. But I'm here to say Merry Christmas, and I'm sorry for the sad video, but I hope everyone treats each other like they are individuals. Not numbers, not race, not ethnicity, not fucking size, nothing. Like, don't judge because you don't know. And it really hurts. Even the smallest thing hurts. It can hurt, and you don't know. So just tread lightly. Just feel it out and see where they stand, and stop coming in so fucking hot. Merry Christmas, bye. I'm gonna go cry and drink beer and play Destiny. Whatever.